Okay, so you've spent all the money on the coaching and the website and the demos and the recording gear and the promo materials and the whatever else. It's time to make some money, right? Well, let's figure out how to do that. Okay, so what I was getting to there was that, yeah, you've spent a lot of money getting yourself ready to go to market your stuff, to put out that plaque that says, Voiceover actor for hire. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't mean that the work is just going to come flocking to you. People aren't just going to be showing up at your door or in your email. Hey, please take my money and record this voiceover job. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So there are a number of strategies to get work, and they come from a variety of places. So let's talk about them. All right, number one. Traditional talent agents. They've been around forever. This type of person that works on your behalf to bring jobs for you to audition to. Well, agents are great. If for nothing else, it's a good thing to be able to say that you're represented by a professional talent agent, one or more. I'm fortunate enough to be represented by a handful of them across the country, and some other smatterings in Europe and down under. But their job is not necessarily to book work for you. You still have to show up and you still have to audition. You still have to get it in in a timely manner. Your audio still has to be solid. You've got to put it out there. They bring you auditions. Not all of which will be right for you, so you have to kind of think about each one as they roll in. Frequently, I get auditions that are asking for somebody that sounds a lot younger than me, or there's, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just doesn't really fit. So I choose not to audition for it. So that's typical. But still, traditional talent agents are a great thing to have. Typically, that's kind of where the clients who have the greater budgets want to go. They've got the cash to throw around for some meatier opportunities, and they don't want to go to like the pay-to-play casting sites and some of the other sites to audition, for a job and be just pounded on by a bunch of amateurish auditions. So they go to traditional talent agents. So yeah, they can be a great opportunity for some nice work. Okay, so that's traditional talent agencies. Very important, but don't rely on them to be, making a career for you. It just doesn't work like that. Okay, next up, the pay-to-pay casting sites, or what we call pay-to-play, kind of meaning that, hey, they'll take anybody with a credit card, and if you've got a credit card that they can charge their subscription fee on, you're in, whether you're good enough or not. So there are some people can do really well with the pay-to-play casting sites. I've used them before. I had success earlier on, but then I don't know. I mean, even sites like voices.com and Voice123, their websites boast about having millions of subscribers. Millions? That's probably a gross exaggeration. It's probably more like there have been millions of talent and paying customers on their platforms at any one time, but not necessarily active right now. But still, for every job that they post up, you're probably vying against hundreds, if not thousands, of other voice actors who are getting the same auditions. And many of these sites, I don't know what the subscription costs are. I'm sure it's north of $400, maybe getting closer to $500. Honestly, I'm really not sure. But then they have tiered memberships where if you want to be the first ones to see the auditions before the flood of everybody else joins in, well, then you have to pay even more to have the ability to get your audition in sooner and perhaps be cast before it goes out to everybody else. Most people don't do that well. these casting sites for a number of reasons. And it also depends upon what you consider to be doing well. Unfortunately, there are enough talent who consider themselves to be doing well enough when they simply earn back whatever they've paid into it in terms of dollars, not to mention the hours and hours of auditioning. So many people just sit on these casting sites and just audition for everything that comes in while completely ignoring all the other possible resources to earn clients. So anyway, so yes, some people can do very well with the pay-to-pay casting sites. Other people, I don't know. I hate to say it's a waste of your money, but it depends upon how you choose to use your money. Some people just decide, yes, I'm going to pay my $400 and some odd dollars just so that I can get experience auditioning. Okay, that's okay, but just realize that most of your auditions probably aren't even getting heard. I don't know. I choose not to spend my money and my time that way anymore. Early days, yeah, I got some repeat clients on the pay-to-plays, and I'm still in contact with some of those clients. So they can open doors, but try it for a year, see how it goes. Maybe you'll do well. I hope so. In whatever way you get your work, I hope you do really well with it. Just be aware enough to say, okay, I've used up enough of my time. This is not working. I'm only paying out. I'm not getting anything back. Cut the cord when it's time, if it's time. Okay? All right, so that's the pay-to-play casting sites. Next, let's talk briefly about Voiceover rosters that you find on the internet. I'm on a few of them. Again, like with all of these, I get smatterings of work here and there. For instance, there's one, I think they're in Denmark. It's called Voice Archive. There you sign up. Many times with these, unlike the pay-to-pay casting sites, I keep saying pay-to-pay, I mean pay-to-play. Some of them will require some proof of legitimacy. That yes, you are an established business, you have a business entity, you have a fictitious business name, you have minimum audio standards that you can produce on a regular basis, you have this, that, and the other thing. So there's a little bit of, show and tell. You've got to kind of prove yourself. Let me take a step back for just a second. I wanted to mention one other pay-to-play casting site that I didn't before, and that's a site in Germany. I believe they're in Germany, called Bodalgo. This is actually a really well-run casting site. However, its audience is mostly European, and they're not always looking for American voices. I landed a couple jobs there, but it just wasn't enough. There weren't enough auditions when I was on there to make it worth my while anymore, so I just decided enough. But the person who runs it is a straight-up guy, good person, good business person, straight shooter, and so Bodalgo would be a good one. Just be aware that American voices aren't always needed there. It's more infrequent than there might be for something like Voice 123. You'd probably get a lot more auditions for American voices there. Okay, back to the Voiceover rosters. There's another one that is here in the States. It's called Voice Crafters. Again, these you don't have to pay. Talent agencies, voiceover roster sites, you don't pay to be on them. The pay-to-plays, yeah, you pay, but you should never have to pay for a talent agency. They take their money from the proceeds of any jobs that you book. Typically, it's between 10 and 20%. 20 is kind of steep, but sometimes it goes that way. The voiceover casting sites, the roster sites like Voice Crafters and Voice Archive will, again, probably take a piece of your earnings, okay? But they're good. Generally, I've had good experiences with the ones that I've been involved with, And yeah, so that's just another piece of a potential pie. Think of your income as a whole pie, and that there are different slices coming from different places. You will not receive all of your income from one spot. What's the old saying? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, don't put all of your voiceover earning expectations into one of these things. It just won't work that way. You really have to diversify your voiceover portfolio. Okay, so anyway, so that's the voiceover roster sites. Another place to find work would be the freelance sites, such as Upwork. You sign up for an Upwork account, you fill out your platform and you join. I think there might be a fee. I haven't been on Upwork for years. There's probably some sort of a membership fee, and they will show you auditions, voice seekers, and you can get the details there. Just be careful. Unfortunately, a lot of people who are looking for talent on the freelancer sites tend to have small budgets and high expectations. Oh boy, do those always go hand in hand, it seems. I don't know what it is. Those people who have minuscule budgets have the greatest expectations and demands of any clients out there. It doesn't add up, but here we are. That's the way it is. Okay, also, another very popular freelance site would be Fiverr. Lots of people do well there. Other people languish. It really kind of depends upon how you set up your platform. And know that none of these is going to be a quick buck. I've heard that some people on Fiverr, it can take months and months for things to build up into something that's really worthwhile. You can set your own rates there. It doesn't have to be $5 per job. There are people I know people that their minimum fee is $250 for a job. You pick the fee, you pick your own fee, you pick how many words you're willing to record for that fee, and then you can also put in other details about what the job includes or does not include. So there's a lot of flexibility like that. You do not pay to join Fiverr. Again, they take a percentage of your earnings. Okay, so freelancer sites, they can be another good option. Social media. A lot of times, social media is such a time suck, and it is just kind of sucky anyway, if I may be so bold to say that. I try not to waste too much time on there, but sometimes you can find some work there. LinkedIn is probably where I have had the greatest amount of success. Not really marketing per se, but just making connections with people, with clients that you've had in the past. Just maintaining a kind of a bit of a connection. Not you never want to inundate any of your connections with a lot of like, hey, do you need a voiceover? I'm here and available. Don't do that. Nobody wants to hire people that are needy. So anyway, yeah, so LinkedIn. Other people have some luck with Facebook. I don't even know if X, anybody has luck with X anymore. It's not really that kind of a site, it doesn't seem like. I know some people who used to do well marketing on X or Twitter. But I don't hear too much anymore. Instagram, it really depends upon how much effort you want to put into being a social media creator, and posting all the time, and maybe somebody will notice you. Maybe. Okay, now let's talk about the biggie. The big one. The big thing that more people need to be doing. And that's direct marketing. What does that mean? Well, it simply means that you are marketing, you're making connections with people who probably need your services at some point. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe sometime in the future, such as video production companies, custom e-learning producing companies. Telephony companies. There are some companies that specialize in creating telephony messages, IVR and MOH, that kind of thing. What else? Oh, there's a helicopter flying overhead. Anyway, let's see, what else? So any companies like that might need voiceovers. And for that, I have found that you get much better bang for your buck to research these companies and see if they really do hire voice actors from time to time, and see if you can find the right person to send a friendly short email to introducing yourself. I'm going to make a video about this topic in and of itself, but for right now, that's essentially what direct marketing is. Marketing directly to those companies that hire us. And, I used to take a much more like a carpet bombing approach. I was sending emails to, oh my God, anybody. Recording studios, very rarely do they hire voice actors. It's the production companies that also hire the recording studios and the video production, talent agencies, or casting sites, video game producers. That's another. If you're into doing characters and things and want to do more character work, research and get a message to voice casting. What am I trying to say? Voice casters that are producing or casting for games. It took me a long time to get that out, and I'm not really sure how clear it was anyway. Also, animation studios, that kind of thing. You do not necessarily have to be in Southern California to book this work. A lot of the big ones are located there, and they like to have their talent go to their studios. Okay, that's fine. If you don't live in Southern California, don't bother with some of those, perhaps. But others, independents, and others are looking for voice talent elsewhere. As long as you've got great audio and can do what they need you to do, why not? Why not book you if you've got the goods? So right there, how many was that? 5 or 6 pieces of that pie to, feed off of. So not all of your income is going to come from 1, 2, maybe not even 3 different sources. It's going to be looking for work in all these areas. Remember, the work's not going to come looking for you. You've got to look for it. About the only time when work just comes and drops in your lap is after you've established trust with somebody and they want to hire you again. And again, and again. And they just, every once in a while, you'll hear from a client and say, hey, we've got another one for you. I got one of those today from a client in Germany. And it looks like a nice big project, and I can't wait to get started. We just have to iron out all the specifics first. So anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about. The 6 different ways. There are at least 6. I'm sure there are more that I'm not even thinking of. You've got to be creative. Oh, I just thought of another one. Some people like to go meet people in person, like at a Chamber of Commerce event, to meet with business owners and see if they can tap into that as a way of getting voiceover work, even if it's just for a simple telephone message or something like that. Get the word out. There is a lot of credence that goes to the thought that just getting the word out as much as you can about what you do, then hopefully once in a while somebody will remember that when it comes up in a conversation that they're having with somebody else. It's like, hey, do you know anybody who does voiceovers? Yeah, let me think about that. I think I do. So that's one way to get, some word of mouth out there. Yeah, this guy does voiceovers. You might want to give them a call. Here they gave me their contact information. So these things can happen. I guess that's it. 7 things that you can do to get yourself some work. I forgot another casting site, ACX, for audiobooks, if you're into audiobooks. Again, I don't think you pay to become a member of ACX. But they probably, I shouldn't even talk on the subject because I don't do audiobooks. But if you're an audiobook narrator, yeah, there's ACX, a casting site, or there's direct marketing to independent audiobook producers. So yeah, there are a lot of ways to go about finding work. The hard part is just putting in the effort and going out and making these connections. I'm terrible at it, so I know how important this can be. The other important sort of word of mouth way to get work is, of course, referrals from other clients. You know, that happens from time to time too. If you've done a great job for one person, they might tell one of their colleagues, and word can get around that way. Or one of your clients will leave the company that they were working for and choose to take you with them to their next company. And then sometimes you can still be entrenched. That original company will still hire you, plus the new company. So, you know, it just keeps building like that. One of the hardest parts about finding and getting work and maintaining work in this business is just hanging in there and keep putting in the effort. Keep putting in the hours of self-promotion and marketing and auditions to keep attracting people to you. You got to stay in it. It. Like I said before, it's not just going to fall into your lap for the most part. You got to go get it. Okay? That's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. Also, I have just created, mostly for new people, a voiceover career handbook, or it's called Voiceover Career Basics. And it's a handbook of, 8 pages or something like that, just going over some concepts and some things that you should expect when getting into this business. And I think it's pretty cool. So there is a link down below where you can go get it for free. Did I say it's free? It's free. And if you have any questions, or any comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And I guess that's it for now. Thanks for joining me. I hope you've gotten something out of this. Sorry it was a little all over the place. That's the way my mind works sometimes. Even when I have notes, I'm still... I'm an actor, can you tell? Anyway, thanks again. And until next time, take it easy.